Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Morning Markets, where the team at True Potential discuss some of the key aspects that have been moving asset prices in the past 24 hours. Today, we'll be focusing in on the announcement from Pfizer yesterday and the impact that that had on asset markets. Just looking at Pfizer's announcement from yesterday, I'm sure everybody's seen it and been aware of how it's been reported in the press. I think it's an important milestone in the discussions around COVID-19 and how we move forward. As regular viewers will know, we've discussed COVID-19 both in relation to the infection rates and mortality rates, but also the medical advances that have been made and how that will be crucially important to economic recovery and ongoing recovery and sentiment. And we saw that yesterday, and we saw that through asset prices and in particularly equity markets that had very significant and material moves, both at an overall headline level, but also when we dig into what was happening at a sector level. So just looking at some of those equity market moves from yesterday in Europe, we had a very strong day. The Euro Stoxx 600 up about 4%. Here in the UK, the FTSE 100 up about 4.7%, German DAX up 5%, and a number of other indices all up in similar magnitudes. When we dig into that and we look at what was happening at a sector and a company level, there was quite a significant rotation within markets away from those areas of the market that have been performing well, have been, if you will, safe havens through COVID-19, that being technology in those areas that have been benefiting from the stay-at-home side of the economy. That moved into much more of the economically sensitive sectors with the likes of financials, travel, leisure areas being very strongly bid yesterday. And the volatility is really evident in markets and the scale of the rotation. If I just take two stocks in the FTSE 100 and give you some indication of the moves there, we saw Rolls-Royce, the strongest performer in the FTSE, increasing 43% yesterday. The other end of that, Ocado, online shopping, which has been a key beneficiary of the dynamics that we're all living through, falling 11%. That gives you an idea of the dispersion in equity markets and in the UK yesterday. Turning to the US, then a different performance from the US. The US market did open strongly, and we did see the S&P up over 3% at one point in the day. Did close better, but not as strong as that. And so in the US, we saw the S&P up 1.2%. And the contrast there is with the NASDAQ, that index, which has significantly more weighting to growth-orientated areas of the market, and those areas that have done well, falling 1.5% on the day. So again, that's significant rotation within equity markets. That also did play out into sovereign bond markets, where we saw the US Treasury yield curve continue to steepen. As we know and has been discussing, it has steepened over the past number of months, but that has continued and continued quite materially yesterday, with the 10-year yield moving from 78 basis points to 93 basis points. So that's the safe haven asset moving lower. So remember, as yields increase, bond prices fall. So that was also evident within the UK. The UK 10-year gilt back to 37 basis points as well. Within corporate bonds, then, the area that did perform well yesterday was high yield for the obvious reasons that is an area that is more exposed and more sensitive to economic recovery and the trends that may be supported by the vaccine and the vaccine development becoming closer to reality. And I think that's one of the key points that I want to mention today. It's a great result that we've got to where we are with the Pfizer and the German collaborative company that they're working with in that regard. 90% effective, much better than people had expected. We now move to the next challenge. How do we manufacture at scale? How do we set up and deliver the vaccination programs that will be and are required? We know that in the background, the challenges of COVID-19 will remain. the political challenge still remains and the economic challenge is still there. But clearly we have a significantly positive event yesterday in terms of helping to deal with the medium to longer term trajectory of COVID-19. Be interesting to see and observe over the coming days how asset markets continue to perform, given the sheer scale of the rotation that we did see yesterday, and whether we do see, and I would anticipate that we will see, a pause in equity markets and asset markets in general as they digest the vaccine news alongside the continued challenges that we have at this point in time. That's it from today. Please do subscribe on our YouTube channel and join us again tomorrow. Many thanks.
Subscribing to True Potential YouTube channel is quick and easy. Simply go to your YouTube app on your phone, type in True Potential and press the red subscribe option. You'll then be notified as and when new videos are released.